Hello world, Krista here from Books and Jams, and today we are going to be talking about my June TBR, and that is, for those of you who don't know, my to-be-read books that I'm hoping to be read in June. I have a lot of books I'm hoping to read this month, which is probably pretty ambitious of me, seeing as I will be away at a camp with some kids from my church the last week of June. I'm only talking about 3 weeks here and it's already June 4th. So I'm not sure I'm even going to come close to finishing all these books, but one can hope. I am a part of a reading group and we give ourselves 5 challenges for the month. So I have those 5 books, but I'm also this month participating in my first readathon, and I'm going to be participating in Read-O-Rama. It is from June 13th to the 18th, I believe. I will post some information about Read-O-Rama down below if you would like to join in the fun. And there are 7 challenges for that readathon. So that would make 13 books if I did them all. Wait, 12 books if I read them all, and that's pretty ambitious. So I did a little bit of overlapping between the 2 sets. So first of all, I'll do the 5 challenges for my reading group. The first challenge is a book about a bride or a wedding, and for that I'm going to be reading Eligible by Curtis Sittenfeld. And this is a modern retelling of Pride and Prejudice. And I love Jane Austen. I love Pride and Prejudice retellings, and I'm super excited to read this book. In this book, Liz is a magazine editor or magazine writer who lives in New York, but she goes back to her home in Cincinnati with her family, where Gentle Jane is a yoga instructor, where Lydia and Kitty do a lot of CrossFit, and it's just a very modernized telling of Pride and Prejudice. Here's what it says. Eligible is a brilliant, playful, and delicious saga for the 21st century. So I'm excited about that. You'll be seeing this one again when I get to the other list. My second challenge for my reading group is a book about a vacation. So I'm going to be reading 20 Boy Summer. I did refer to this in, I believe, my May TBR. This book is about 2 friends who go on vacation, and the one friend challenges her other friend that they're going to just meet a lot of guys and live in the moment and have her first summer love, Frankie and Anna. Frankie is determined to help Anna have her first summer love. But little does Frankie know that Anna has already had a summer love with Frankie's older brother, who has passed away a year ago. So this book deals with a vacation, so it meets my criteria for my challenge, but it also deals with grief and living in the moment and moving on. Love, loss, letting go is the little blurb on the back. I know it's going to be a contemporary. It's going to be a little deeper, hopefully, than just a fluffy book that I thought it was when I first picked it up. So we'll see, but I'm hoping to read that this month. The third challenge for my reading group is a beach book, and I am really pushing it because I'm choosing The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. And I know this is not a book about a beach, but it does say the word ocean in the title, so I'm gonna make it work. But this is about a man who goes home to his childhood home, but his home is not there. He becomes preoccupied with a lake or a farm at the end of the road. I heard it's very strange, mesmerizing. Yeah, I don't really know much more about it than that, but it is relatively short, which I need because I have a lot of books to read this month. Our fourth challenge for my reading group is a book with a child as the main character, and so I'm choosing to read A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. And this is a book about a little boy who's grieving in some way. I don't know if his mother is sick or has died, but he, as he goes to sleep each night, is visited in his mind or in real life, I'm not sure how the book's going to go yet, by this monster who I guess helps him deal with the grief. I've heard this is very heavy-hitting. I've heard that it is going to make me cry, but it also isn't very long and perfect for a month where I have a lot to read, but I've really been wanting to get my hands on this one, so I'm excited to read this month. The fifth challenge for my reading group, I don't have a book yet. I'm supposed to pick a book that has to do with with the author's name either the same as my first name or as my last name, and I just haven't decided yet. I may end up skipping that challenge. And now I'm going to talk about the 7 challenges that are part of the Read-O-Rama, which I'm super excited to join in with. I haven't done a readathon yet on BookTube. I've seen them and I've watched people's TBRs for them and wrap-ups from the readathons, but I haven't participated in one, so this will be my first. So here are the 7 challenges for Read-O-Rama and the books that I'm hoping to read to go along with them. You will see some overlap here. So the first one is a buddy read, and a one-word title. And I, again, am reading Eligible with a friend of mine who's in my book group. She's going to be participating in Read-O-Rama as well. Maybe not the online side of things, but she's going to be doing it with me. So for a one-word title book and for a book that I'm buddy reading, I'm going to be doing Eligible again by Curtis Stenfield. For the third challenge, it's a short story collection, and I'm waiting for A Tyranny of Petticoats to arrive at my library. I've already put it on hold, so that will hopefully be my short story collection. I haven't read any short story collections, and I've heard mixed reviews about that one on the booktubes. I'm looking forward to reading some short stories, maybe in and among all the other books that I have planned for that week. We shall see. Fourth challenge is a book that has music in it, whether it's in the title or a part of the plot. For that one, I'm reading Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, which I have heard numerous people who have said that this is just a fantastic book. It was, for many people, one of their favorites from 2015, and I'm really looking forward to it. Civilization is kind of at its end, but it's a group of actors and musicians who travel around. They kind of take it upon themselves to keep art and humanity alive. I don't really know too much about it, but I'm excited to get to it this month. For the fifth challenge, for the Read-O-Rama, I have to read a book that has a person of color as the main character, and so I am going to read the sequel to All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I'm going to read P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. The main character in this, I believe, is Chinese American, Asian American. I'm not sure exactly what nationality she is. It's been over a year since I read the first one. I know that the first one was a super quick and light read. I'm hoping that this is the same. Perfect for a readathon week. The sixth challenge is to read a book with Rama in the title / author, which just means it has to have the letters R-A-M-A. And so I am doubling up with my other challenges. And so A Monster Calls has R-A-M-A in the title. So this qualifies for that challenge. Seventh challenge is to read 7 books. So I'm just going to be picking maybe this one during that week because this is a nice short one. So I'll save An Ocean at the End of the Lane to read during the week of that readathon. So those are my readathon books, and I've also added in 20 Boys Summer to read during this month. I also have gotten a number of books from the library, and I have other books on hold, which is insane. What am I thinking? Let me just real quickly show you what I have checked out from the library at this point in time. So if you watched my recent wrap up, you'll see that I just finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, and so I picked up the sequel, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I've heard that this one's better than the first one. I know that it's a chunker, so I'm not sure how or when I'll get to it this month, but I'm going to try. Last night I went to see Me Before You with my friend and cried my eyes out. It was a beautiful movie. I read the book over a year ago, and so I want to do a reread of Me Before You and compare it to the movie. I'm kind of glad I'm doing the reread after the movie. Sometimes I get really frustrated when the adaptation is not done well. So because I couldn't remember the book too much, I really did enjoy the movie. But now I would like to read the book and do a little comparison. Maybe make a video about it. We shall see. Also from the library, I picked up the other book from Ruta Sepetys that I have not read yet, which is Out of the Easy. I don't know anything about it except that it's set in New Orleans, and I love Ruta Sepetys. I think she writes very fast-paced novels about situations in history that I don't know very much about. So I'm looking forward to reading another of her works. And finally from the library, I have An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, which I've heard so much about from people on BookTube, and I am looking forward to reading this book as well. Again, I don't know too much about it, I just know that people love it, so if I can get to it, I will, but we shall see. That is all the books that I'm hoping to read in June. I would love to hear what you're hoping to read. If you've read any of these and like them or don't like them, I want to hear it. Tell me about it down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you there. Bye!